Hello everybody, Spellblade here, back with the fourth episode of Skyblock 101. Previous episode we worked on a simple and efficient mob spawner. This time around I'm going to show you how to make a very basic cactus farm. Now on most Skyblock servers, as I've said in previous episodes, Cactus is a moneymaker. You can completely automate the farming of it. And if you have hoppers available, you can completely automate the collecting of it. We're going to do a hopperless version, but pretty much it's going to be the same farm either way. It's just going to be a matter of manual picking up of the gains from the farm as opposed to the automatic collection. But once you get your hands on a hopper, that makes it a bit easier. On Choicecraft Skyblock, hoppers are kind of expensive, but given how functional they are in so many things, it's to be understood. But in any case, we'll go ahead and we'll get this rolling and see if maybe this helps some of you out. So, went ahead and set up a water source because we're going to need a little bit. Alright, I've got a couple of water buckets in here. I've got enough cactus and sand to make 2 layers. I've got the stone bricks for the building, some fence posts, although I should have grabbed some more because 8's just not going to cut it, and some ladders so that you can get up and make some additions to it. And while we're at it, I better go ahead and make up some more fence posts, because this doesn't do you much good if you can't see. No, not quite. We're going to need a bit more. Alright, 8 fence posts. Alright, get this party started here. Now this is going to kind of be a similar principle to the way I built the mob spawner, but not quite. As opposed to a 2x2 hole, we're only going to have a 1 block wide hole. Okay. Leave a torch there as a marker. Now, unfortunately, there are very few farms that actually have 100% returns when it comes to cactus. And part of that is because of the way it breaks off. If it falls over onto another cactus that is functional, it will be destroyed. Alright, now we've got the base platform. Essentially, you're going to have your cactus spaced every other block apart, so where the torch is would be one step, and then the second step, and that would be another one step, second step, another one, and it's going to have water pushing it towards the center where this torch is. But we need to set up a little barrier for it. A lot of times on servers you'll see these people with these huge cactus farms. The kind of farms that span the entirety of the island width. That's kind of insane, because it actually takes a while for the water channels to get the cactus where it needs to go, and it also causes a hideous over ungodly amount of lag. And lag can be a killer on any server, but Skyblock especially. We'll go ahead and pop these in the corners just in case there's not enough light, because it's kind of dark under here. Alright. Now, I had mentioned having ladders. Get our sand. We don't quite need cactus just yet. Now you want to account for there going to be cactus on each of these sand, so that when you set up your fence posts and torches, you're getting them in the right spot. So the first plank here would be the cactus, and then the one above that will be the breaker, which is the fence post. Unfortunately, you can't stick a torch onto there. It would make things so much easier. You can put one directly on top, but not against the side. But once you have that first one up, the rest of this goes fairly easy. Let's just move these a little bit and make it a bit easier. And just go every other one. Now for the fun part, putting the torches on. Because the torches will actually make it easier for you to start working on a second level. This first level is going to be very basic, but the torches will make it easier to just stick the holding blocks for the next layer of sand to it. And we get to watch me jump up and down like a Mario brother again. that's set up, we'll go ahead and get 2 of the water buckets down. It flows right around the sand to get it down towards the center. How cool is that? And then next, all we have to do is get our cactus. Once you have it all set up, the cactus is pretty easy to put on. There you go. 1 layer down. Now, as promised, I'll show you how to start work on the second layer. We'll start by taking a block of whatever you want to be the base for the sand and just start sticking it to the torches. Now here's where it can get a little tricky, but it can still be done. It's definitely precision work, however, because if you goof, you're going to end up losing a block when you try to break it. Most likely, it will fall onto the cactus. But just watch for the side of the hitbox that you're trying to attach it to. And there you go. Now, as you start taking it higher, you're going to want to build up these side walls. And the reason for that is, as you come up here to add more, you're going to notice the cactus is going to fall on these side walls. And unless another cactus falls nearby, it's probably going to stay there and despawn after about 5 minutes. So as you start working your way up, it'll make it easier for you to put the sand on the blocks, as well as stop some of the loss by building up the side walls. This will be low lag because it's contained in a smaller space. It doesn't have nearly as much running water as many of the larger farms do. And you'll actually get some pretty good, pretty quick returns on it because the cactus doesn't have nearly as far to travel. Now, on most servers, there is a distance that will pretty much freeze things. On a single player game, it's actually pretty far away. But when you're dealing with lag, like on a server, you're going to find that the average, I believe, is somewhere between 18 and 24 blocks. So you're going to have that distance where you're really not going to see anything. There might still be some activity going on, mostly with hoppers, but most everything else just shuts down, except in the case of mobs. Sometimes mobs are still mobile. But, you know, it's an attempt by the server to account and accommodate all of the players. Because if you can see really far away, there's going to be a higher chance of lag. But with this farm, you shouldn't have those lag issues. It takes a little more work to build up the layers on this, but for an initial basic farm, it's not a bad design. As I said, it it's very compact. It only uses 16 sand per layer, and you can expand it up. A little more dangerous, but you'll actually use fewer resources that way, as long as you don't make a whole lot of mistakes like I did when I first started using this build. But here's where your gains drop out. You can set it all up for hoppers. Doesn't take much, just drop a hopper or two right in the mouth of here, stick some chests underneath, you're good to go. I tried to keep this short, sweet, and to the point, so that'll be it for me. If you liked or learned something, please go ahead and give me a rating. If you want to see more of these, please go ahead and subscribe. If you're interested in hanging out with me, I can be found on the Choicecraft network. I am the Skyblock admin there, and the IP to get there would be play.choicecraft.net. If you just want to direct connect to the Skyblock server, then you would go with skyblock.choicecraft.net. You'll find some of our long-standing players very friendly, very helpful, with some beautiful and amazing islands. But that's going to be it for me. I hope you enjoyed, and happy mining. Thank you very much.